Up next is a double highlight show for you. First will be Manchester United's Premier League game against Watford. And then following that, we've got Gregg Popovich seeking possible redemption after a shock loss to Genk. He takes on Napoli in the second game of the Group E in the UEFA Champions League. That's all coming up next. The season is truly up and running now. We are 5 games in, and the title race is already looking very interesting, with Arsenal and Spurs going to the top last week, taking advantage of Manchester United losing 3 points to Arsenal in that surprising 2-0 defeat. It came as a surprise because in the first half, David De Gea was pretty much incomparable, and it all fell apart after the first goal by Calaveras, and then Aubameyang doing what he does best, putting the ball in the back of the net. So for the Manchester United team so far, the one surprising inclusion is of Dean Henderson in goal, but in the pre-match press conference, Gregg Popovich was adamant that this was for resting reasons rather than performance reasons, which makes sense considering that, as we said, David De Gea was sensational in the first half against Arsenal. No one could beat him, and then he got beaten unfortunately by 2 goals. And Gregg Popovich again just saying, look, when we do concede, we don't concede a lot, and when we do, they are absolutely worthy goals. And Martial has put that straight in off the kick-off, and no slowing start here for United. They don't want to be caught on the flat foot like they were against Arsenal. They are straight on the blocks, and that is a perfect response to Coach Popovich. And that was exactly what he would have wanted. Again, it's Anthony Martial who scores, because that seems to be what he's doing for fun on a regular basis in a Manchester United shirt under Coach Pop this season. I think he has scored almost all but maybe 1 or 2 of the goals United have scored this year. It's been all about him at Manchester United. Once again he scores, and Manchester United within 5 minutes have responded magnificently and have gone a goal to the good up already. Aaron Henwood, great distributing as usual. Martial has found Greenwood, who's turned and shoots. Oh, it's brilliant. Mason Greenwood, it's another goal. And it's another beauty. This kid just doesn't seem to stop scoring. And I think it really hammers home that the second unit for United definitely isn't the strongest. And it's this main unit, with the exception of Fosu Mensah in for Lindelof today. But this front three of Martial, Greenwood and Rashford is absolutely on fire at the moment. When they play, everything works. Aaron Henwood with a beautiful pass to Martial, and then Martial picking out Greenwood, and then he turns out his man for dust and puts it in the back of the net, because that is what Mason Greenwood is good at. Fantastic goal, 2-0 to United, and already curtains. We've only played 14 minutes, and United already look out of sight. Manchester United 2, Watford 0. And Wood Tellers has took off, and Pasuso has been left behind. Tellers with a cross in towards Martial, and he's on the deck, and it's in! It's an own goal, and it's awful from Kovas. What was that about? That is almost laughable, how bad that was. It was a wonderful ball here from Tellers, to be fair. Martial misses it, and what is that? What has gone on there? Another bizarre own goal. We're getting a lot of them this season. Touch here from Chovas. He tries to turn, and Gomez takes it away from him and puts it in his own net. And I think you have to say that's the fault of the goalkeeper, and that's been, unfortunately, that has been Julio Gomez's career in the Premier League, because he has been known for his errors, and he's made another one there by the looks of it. And Manchester United's day has just been made a heck of a lot easier. United 3, Watford 0, and it's absolutely comical. 2 minutes of added on time. I think we could play 2 or 3 halves here and Manchester United would not lose. They have been the dominant side this afternoon, all in the first half. 4 goals. And three well taken ones, and probably one of the most bizarre own goals we'll see this season. Manchester United have been in cruise control, and Popovich has had an easy afternoon, and there could be more. There's still another 45 minutes to play. It has been curtains for Watford in this first half. They have been really poor. Manchester United 4, Watford 0 at the break. Here's Troy Deeney, and here's Pereira. Bali. Dalot didn't go after the ball, and Danny Welbeck has been denied by Dean Henderson. It's a good save for the youngster. He's had very little to do this afternoon. What was Dalot doing here? He clearly wasn't ball watching. He left Danny Welbeck to run into the box there. And that's been unlike Dalot this season. And probably their best defender to a degree. Aside from Lindelof and Koulibaly. To rank them, I'd probably put Dalot probably about second. There we are. And Welbeck goes over. Danny Welbeck did have a storied Man United career, didn't he? Trophy after trophy under Sir Alex Ferguson. The same with Tom Cleverley, to be honest. Even though Welbeck and Cleverley were on the criticised list a lot in the eyes of Manchester United fans, it didn't matter because they were still winning trophies, whether they played good games or not. It's just the genius of Sir Alex Ferguson. It has not been that. It has not been easy. Gregg Popovich has certainly got his eyes on some major honours this season, and as we've said many times, this is the season he needs to win them. If not the league, he's got to take the FA Cup, if anything, because that's the one trophy that's been getting away from Popovich more often than not, to be honest. The league was definitely an improvement last season, and that was the objective all along. And even though it had slices of luck in it, as we said in the news bulletin at the beginning of the season, it was... Oh, Greenwood! That was pretty good. It's 5-0, and it's Mason Greenwood. He's just on it. He's just on another level. 5-0 to Manchester United, their biggest score of the season so far. And probably their best performance so far as well. Been amongst the goals all season long, but today they're having a field day. We were just saying that this is a wicked cross from Martial. I'm not going to be saying that anymore, but Mason Greenwood making good on it. And no one picks up Martial there. He's able to cross that ball in at ease, really. And wonderful chest control and shot by Greenwood, just showing his talent. And if he as we said, if he keeps scoring like that, I don't think major orders is going to be very hard to come by for Coach Popovich today. He's had it easy. Manchester United 5, Watford 0, and we've only played just under an hour. And it's just the power of this Coach Popovich side. And it finally showed their goal scoring credentials. 5 goals to 0 in a thumping performance. Pogba, Greenwood, an own goal, Greenwood again, and that's 4. I'm not sure who's got the 5th. I think it was Martial. It certainly was. And well, that is the most dominant display from Coach Popovich this season. Following on from the loss of Arsenal, that is exactly what he needed. Manchester United 5, Watford 0. Following on from our coverage of today's game, let's check, of course, on the other matches. In match day 5, Aston Villa have lost 2-0 to Arsenal as their push towards the top of the table continues, chasing Spurs, of course. Sheffield United and Bournemouth have a 2-2 draw. Everton beat Chelsea by a goal to 0 in the surprise result of the weekend for sure. Newcastle United beating 2-0 against Leicester City. West Ham United losing to Liverpool by 3 goals to 0 as there. And Manchester City's climb continues. They won 2-0 against Burnley today. Crystal Palace losing 7-0 to Southampton. Wolves beating Brighton by 2 goals to 0. The same score they scored last week. And Norwich City have misery compounded because Jose Mourinho and his Spurs side are absolutely flying with another win by 3 goals to 0. Take a look at the table. Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal remain the 2 unbeaten sides in the Premier League now. Manchester United climbed to third with a vital 3 points against Watford. Everyone else moving up place as well. The two Merseyside clubs, Manchester City, Newcastle, all moving up. Aston Villa and Chelsea going down to 9th, with Leicester City completing the top 10. At the bottom of the table, Burnley and Norwich have traded places, and finally all teams are off the mark. And not a long distance between that and safety, because Sheffield United are the next for the teams in the relegation zone, only on 2 points. It is game 2 of Group E in the UEFA Champions League group stage, and this is the match that probably Manchester United would consider the toughest in their group so far. But they're coming off a loss to Genk by 3 goals to 2, of course, and where their league form has been something to marvel at, the Champions League has been a bit of a different story. Gregg Popovich has vowed to put that right tonight in the pre-match press conference earlier on today. He wants no mistakes, and he wants to bring the form into the league into this, because it has been a tough ride, and the Champions League as a whole has been a tough ride for Coach Popovich during his tenure here at Manchester United. He certainly found the European game very difficult. Even though there has been progression, he's not had it easy, and it looks like it's going to be another kind of semi-hard campaign this year. But the loss to Genk was certainly a surprise, and as you can see, the squad is just the reflection that Gregg Popovich needs. The big man, of course, is Anthony Martial, preferred up top on his own. Kudio Koulibaly comes up against his former club, but Androdelius Malik does not even make the team at all. That's forced Napoli into a couple of changes. Mertens is going to be the man up top for them, and they've obviously got to work on that new centre-back pairing as well, since the loss of Koulibaly earlier in the season, before the season of course started at the end of the pre-season tournament. Gregg Popovich went on a spending spree, and Koulibaly and Malik were the 2 players from Napoli that he bought. And whereas Koulibaly has definitely been an improvement to the squad, Malik has found it a little bit tougher, and it's going to be Lindelof and Koulibaly as his centre-back pairing tonight for United. So this is a game that Popovich needs to win, and he wants to win. He needs to get this confidence back in the Champions League, and their league form, like we said, something to really marvel at. They've been one of the best teams in the league so far this season. To Martial. The ball has gone up 0 minutes. It's going to be literally seconds, and United couldn't complete the move, unfortunately. And, well, no goals. It has been another defensive good display from both sides, and I think 0-0 is a fair result on the face of it. And once again, an opposition has had a lot of the ball and not a lot to do with it. Seems to be a typical Gregg Popovich style these days. Manchester United 0, Napoli 0 at the break. Well, here come Rashford and Greenwood. And the 2 men to change the game for sure. And he gets fouled by Matic. Not unfortunate. 10 minutes to go. And United has made no inroads all night. Oh, it's in! And it's in, and it's a goal, and it's Mertens out of absolutely nothing. And I just don't know what to say. It just doesn't work. Greenwood and Rashford have barely come on, and already United have conceded again. Well, this is from out of absolutely nothing. The free kick really didn't amount to anything. It was quickly taken. The cross is perfect, though, to be fair. And Koulibaly is unlucky because he goes for it. This is a beautiful cross. This is miles better than anything United have done. Where is Koulibaly going? Get to your man, Kudio. That's very poor defending. He let Mertens have all the space to head it in. I mean, that's the fault of Koulibaly, to be honest. And United are behind again in the Champions League. It's just not going right. United 0, Napoli 1. Greenwood. Oh, finds Martial. Oh my goodness, what a response. Perfect. Anthony Martial again. And finally, something has gone right for United tonight. The cross was deflected off Pogba. What was he doing? But Mason Greenwood found Martial and he just turned and shot. And I think that was probably the only thing he could do in that situation. It almost looked like it had a chance lost. But he deflected off Pogba for some reason. But Martial, clinical as ever. Has he saved the point? Manchester United will be hoping that they can get all three from here. But instant response. United 1, Napoli 1 now. The point isn't the end of the world, but in Manchester United's situation it might be. But here come United probably with one more attack. Pogba. Greenwood has got pushed off the ball. No foul given. The full-time whistle goes instead. Should have United have a penalty. Oh my. Well, it's a point more than they earned at Genk, but again, it's a Champions League struggle for United. It's not the end of the world, but it's certainly made their job the toughest so far, and it's strange. We just don't know what's going wrong. And, well, United weren't the worst team on the day, but they weren't the best either. I think Napoli probably deserved something from this match anyway, for after the first half, where they dominated it proceedings, really. And, well, it's another Champions League mystery, but it's a point at least, with still a few more games left to play. It's not the end of the world, but it certainly is a worrying situation. Napoli won, Manchester United won at the end of the game today. Let's take a look at all the other scores from match day 2 of the group stage of the Champions League. PSG and Real Madrid treating us to a thriller. The PSG probably dominating proceedings on the scoreline, winning by 3-1. While Club Brugge got a well-earned win against Galatasaray there. Bayern Munich beating Chelsea by 1-0. Olympiacos and Young Boys 0-0. Manchester City only getting a draw against Shakhtar Donetsk, and that is not what they needed after losing to Atlanta. Meanwhile, Atlanta beat Dynamo Zagreb by 1-0, and Juventus could only draw with Atletico Madrid 2-2, with Bayer Leverkusen and Lokomotiv Moscow having the same result. Manchester United and Napoli was 1-1 as we just saw. Kansas Door and Genk only earning a draw, which definitely helps out as far as the group is concerned. Barcelona 1, Porto 0, no surprises there. Inter Milan beating Silva Pereira by 3-1. Benfica getting a 1-0 win over Zenit. Lyon beating Dynamo Kiev by 1-0. Liverpool winning by the same scoreline against Ajax. And Valencia and Lille play each other to a 1-1 draw. So let's lead us to the groups and what the situation is following those matches. PSG dominated proceedings in Group A as expected, while Club Brugge could earn something from this group. Real Madrid and PSG was always going to be the tough matchup where anyone who wins that could take the group. I think PSG and Real Madrid probably still are the favourites despite tonight's looking at the results at the moment. Bayern Munich and Chelsea are leading Group B, no surprises there, unfortunately, with Olympiacos and Young Boys trailing. In Group C, it's the shock leaders of Atlanta at the moment with 6 points from a possible 6. Shakhtar Donetsk have 2. Zagreb and Manchester City in particular trailing and really struggling in Manchester City's case at the moment. So Manchester United aren't the only Manchester club struggling in the Champions League. Atletico Madrid and Lokomotiv, Juventus and Bayer Leverkusen have all scored 2 points apiece. It's been all draws in Group D so far. In Group E, well, much the same at Manchester City is happening to Manchester United. They are clawing at the moment because Genk and Kansas-Store, thanks to today's results, managed to get away by a further point, with Napoli and Manchester United earning their first of the group so far. Barcelona dominated proceedings in Group F, but the shock second place team is Porto, but they have it on virtue of goal difference, 1 ahead of Inter Milan. Pereira are still yet to get off the mark at all. Lyon and Benfica lead Group G with Dynamo Kiev a point behind. Zenit yet to get off the mark there. In Group H, it's Liverpool leading by with 6 out of 6, Valencia on 2, Ajax and Lille on 1. Liverpool are dominating the proceedings in that group at the moment.